Bipolar disorder in teens, the ups and downs of teenage life intensify. What is bipolar disorder in teens? According to the National Institute of Mental Health website, bipolar disorder is characterized as recurrent bouts or episodes of mania and depression. Mania is the ups, while depression is the downs of bipolar disorder. Mania is feelings of elation, or think of a teenager being wild, unruly, out of control, spinning and loud. It's excessive happiness, abnormal compared to a regular teenager who is happy, but not to such an extensive feeling. While depression is a feeling of sadness, which could lead to a suicide attempt. The Archives of Suicide Research's article on family environment and suicidal ideation among bipolar youth says in 2003, Lewison and colleagues took a large epidemiological sample and reported 66% of adolescents with bipolar disorder endorsed current suicidal ideation or suicidal thoughts, and 46% reported making a suicide attempt in the past year or in some point in their lifetime. That is a really high amount. That makes bipolar disorder a dangerous illness, and it's important to note that young people with bipolar disorder switch their moods much more often than adults with bipolar disorder. So what are the symptoms of bipolar disorder? Now, bipolar disorder has manic episodes and depressive episodes. The symptoms of a manic episode would, again, be extensive feelings of happiness and elation, feelings of grandiosity, like they're much better than other people. And not so much as, a child feeling better, but feeling like they are unstoppable, like they are the best person in the world. They have a short temper, they cannot concentrate, they cannot sleep, they are hypersexual, engaging in risky behaviors, they are extremely silly. And the depressive episode would be they're extremely sad, they have body aches, they sleep too little or they sleep too much, they feel worthless or guilty, they eat too little or too much, they have no energy or no interest in regular activities, and even suicide attempts. So what causes it? Genes could cause it. Okay. Sorry. Did you know that according to the Nature Reviews, Genetics Volume 9, Issue Number 7, article titled Psychiatric Genetics, Proximate Controversy, it is estimated the estimated heritability of bipolar disorder is 80 to greater than 90%. It's even more exponential when a parent with bipolar disorder has a child. It means genetics plays a really big role in whether or not you have bipolar disorder. Also, you could have an abnormal brain structure and brain function. That means that your certain neurotransmitters might not function correctly, and that as a biological disorder, it could lie dormant and be triggered by psychological stress or certain social circumstances. Truly, it's unknown what causes it. What causes your certain neurotransmitters to not function correctly? What causes it to be genetic? When whoever had it in the first place, how is it genetically possible for that person to have gotten it? It's unknown. Nobody really knows. So how you can help? Well, you can recognize the symptoms. According to 2013 Child and Adolescent Mental Health Journal, Volume 18, Issue 3, article Bipolar Disorder in Children and Adolescents. Adolescents with bipolar disorder are associated with significant psychosocial difficulties and increased risk for academic problems, family conflicts, use of substances, suicidality, legal problems, increased utilization of healthcare services, and economic problems. In fact, the World Health Organization reported that bipolar disorder is the fourth leading cause of disability among adolescents worldwide. That being said, if you can recognize the symptoms early on, the easier it is to treat a teenager, which means if you can find if you find a child or teenager and you can recognize the symptoms and refer the parents to a therapist or a psychiatrist, your medication and therapy really will increase their risk, increase their chances at a successful and productive life rather than all the aforementioned problems that a teenager will come across eventually having bipolar disorder. And remember to love. The teenager, it's not their fault that they didn't choose bipolar disorder. They didn't choose to have episodes of mania or episodes of depression. I remember when I met my husband almost 10 years ago. He had a son who was 5 years old at the time, who exhibited virtually all the symptoms of early onset bipolar disorder. We didn't have anybody who recognized the symptoms. We didn't have anybody who referred us as parents to a therapist or psychiatrist. We just dealt with it. And currently, he is diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and he will forever on be diagnosed with bipolar disorder. But if you can be aware of the disorder, know what it is and what causes it and the symptoms, you can help other people. So it's important to know.